just go live on your page. But you're the one who set this up.
I apparently didn't finish setting it up.
He failed. Okay, so what had happened was we were not really prepared for the podcast tonight.
Yeah,
And I said, clearly. So I said to Doug, I said, well, why don't we play our favorite game, Get That Dirty Cock Away From Me, and to see if that would like give us some ideas or whatever. So we came out here, and for those of you who haven't watched the program before, we've been playing this game. It involves paddles
and a shuttlecock.
This is called a shuttlecock or a birdie, but we call it a cock. And so because we're not athletic and the primary purpose of the game is to get the dirty cock away from us, we call it Get That Dirty Cock Away From Me. So tonight we're playing. And if you haven't watched the podcast before, let me bring you in on a piece of information that you don't necessarily require. But I like to come out to my pool naked. And I like to play this game naked. And I've gotten very comfortable with being naked. And plus, I am a very busty woman. And if I'm jumping around or swimming, the girls like to bust on out. So today, we are minding our own business, playing Get That Dirty Cock Away From Me. And 3 very sweet young men from our neighborhood come by and ask for a drink of water. Thankfully, I was wearing a top and only had to pull it up to cover the girls.
And then they walked away saying, I feel like busting loose. I feel like busting loose.
I don't think that they did that, but we did give them popsicles and seltzer. So we are the old white people.
So Stacy wants me to
white people. They like to wear dreadlocks.
To befriend them.
They were very nice. Sebastian, Zach, and Chris, and they're in 8th and 7th grade, and they were very polite.
Very nice.
So shout out to their moms and dads. They were very polite, and they said they're doing well in school this year. Chris is huge. She has plans.
Oh, actually,
not
didn't
really.
Start.
Not
it's been
for,
a month and a half.
For K4, they've been in school for a while. So super polite kids. Great job, mom and dad. Chris is huge for an 8th grader. And I said, you're going to be a baller? And he said, yeah. So we do play basketball, football. And he said, both. Good for him. But keep those grades up, kids. Trace is here. She says, hi, peeps. I was just telling Doug about your little house situation.
There's some situation going on.
So y'all
you never know what's going on.
Keep the OG lesbies in your prayers. They haven't really figured out what they're going to do.
You get the house you're supposed to get.
Yes, you do get the house you're supposed to get. It will work out the way it's supposed to, but they're just trying to figure out now if this is the right house for them. So they thought they had found their dream house. Now they're not really sure. Could just be like buyer's remorse. Could be that there's something seriously wrong with the house. Could be that they're meant to be our neighbors.
Oh,
just saying.
I will say
we're
this.
Nice people.
I will say this.
We give snacks to children.
Oh, snacks to children. We do. Stacy wanted me to befriend these kids and have them call me
old white man.
Old white man.
That's funny. Mark Bryan says,
Moon.
Hey, Mark.
What's up, Dana?
Tracy says, thank you. Yes, we get the right home for us. And it will be next to us, obviously.
Yeah.
So, and then we had more excitement. We're in the pool, minding our own business, and there's this goddamn worm. Doug scoops it out of the pool.
It was a worm, but like sometimes down here, there's like this really small snake that looks like a worm. And
called the glass snake.
I think glass snakes are the legless lizards. I'll look it up while we talk. But anyways, it was worm-like, but I think it's a snake. It moved like a snake. So then about 5 minutes later, she's like, "Did that thing come all the way down here?" I'm like, "I don't know. It went over that way," because they scooped it out of the pool, put it on its way. So this other one was in the pool, and
did you text it to yourself?
No, it's on your phone.
Text it to yourself.
Text it to myself.
Okay, I want to share. Let's see if I can do this. I have 2 things to show you. We'll show you this. That we didn't take a picture of the first one because it wasn't that exciting.
No,
let me just tell you something. I'm not ready for there to be snakes in the pool. Like I've had enough of the motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking pool. Trace says laughing my ass off, old white man. Well, because these are kids. They're I don't know what nationality they are, but they have darker skin. So I just think it would be funny for them to start calling Doug old white because he is old. Trace says, and you're not really white so much as you're pink.
No, whatever.
You're an old pink man.
Old pink man.
Like Tracy says that would be so much fun. Yes, it would be. And also, I think we need to start our own little community because I'm crazy. Are you sending it?
Trying to.
Are you sending the picture that you took?
I'm sending the picture that I took.
I just want you all to know. I saw the snake and I said, that's a ringneck snake. And Doug was like, no, it's just a glass snake. And I'm like, no, it's not.
I thought it was the same worm.
It was not. Tracy's Anne says, hey guys, I think I would have noticed a snake slithering across the top of the pool. I'm already having a conniption fit about the orb weaver that was going to nest in my hair. It might be in there. And by the way, my hair is wet right now, so it's looking a little limp, but it's wet and it's dripping. Drippy. It's a whole process when the shit gets wet. All right. So did you send that over?
Here it comes.
Or you sent it as an airdrop?
It did, because that usually is the best way to do it.
Yes, as we learned last night.
Oh, look at that little bugger.
Okay, well, they can't see it yet, so don't get so excited.
He's so cute.
Oh my God, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Present, share screen.
We need a producer.
Window. We do need a window. Okay. This
A little baby ring neck.
is a little baby ring neck. And I'm telling you, if that thing curled up into a little ball, it was maybe the size of a nickel.
Yeah.
It was so cute. It was so tiny. But I knew it was a ring neck right away. Doug didn't believe me.
Well, I was on the opposite side of the pool. And then I came over and I saw the ring around his neck.
But you didn't have all the information you needed. And instead of saying, wow, if my wife thinks it's a ring neck spider, it must be a snake. Spider. It must be a ring neck snake. You were like, no, it's not. And I'm like, come look at it. It's
the one over here, I thought it was the same one.
I understand that, but it wasn't the same one.
Well,
and
don't start making voices.
I am making voices because you didn't trust your wife, and your wife was right. Do you know how many times a week you do not trust your wife, and your wife is right?
Wives are not to be trusted, people.
This is why we have marital hate, and this is why he is off camera, because he fucking sucks sometimes. Okay, so there's that. And then we had another nature moment that I tried to show you yesterday, and I accidentally showed you all of Doug's text messages. There wasn't anything in there that like couldn't be seen by the general public, but still, it's like, you know, we didn't know, you know, like he could have been like sexting me or I don't know, one of his side pieces.
Oh.
So I wanted to show you this one. Present, share screen, window. So our friends at Vitamin C Chiropractic took this photo. This is the Dragon team landing down. So they're based out of Ormond Beach. And this is the Dragon team from SpaceX landing down. They got an amazing picture of it right over the Vitamin C Chiropractic mobile van. As I've said a million times, if you need a mobile chiropractor, if you need a chiropractor in from Orlando to Daytona to St. Augustine, she's your girl because she comes right to you. Oh. You're just making things up. But if you're not local and you're looking for a discount on supplements or you need a biomat or a Q-Link, which is the necklace I wear to protect against EMFs, Christina's your girl. And she's the best. And I think, if I'm not mistaken,
that's a good looking van, by the way.
Is a great looking van. If I'm not mistaken, my good friend Tracy can expand on what an amazing person Christina is. So Anne's here. She says, hi, hey girl. And they're saying hi to each other. Trace says, oh, that's adorable. Anne, I'm glad you're a little late. There was a snake on the screen. A little baby one. It was so cute. Tracy says, I saw this on Christina's page and it was amazing. I know, right? They've actually had some really great photographs lately. I think Brent does is it Brent that does the photos or is it Christina?
I don't know.
But they have some great photos. So follow them on Instagram, Vitamin C Chiropractic. Is that what the Insta is?
Probably.
I don't know. If you follow Marital Hate, we follow them and they follow us. So you find it that way. And you should follow us on all of our socials. We don't really push it, but they're on the bottom of the screen. We really haven't been doing much to promote the podcast as of recent. We've been super busy. Trace says Christina is a really amazing person. Yes, she is. As a matter of fact, I've had her talk to more than a few people lately. Anne says, I saw the snake. He was cute. I think Anne's cool with the snakes as long as there's no battle of the animals.
Okay, we won't battle that.
We will not.
That little snake.
Although there were two little tiny snakes here, we could have had a battle of the little tiny snakes.
Yeah, I got to look up what kind of snake that other one was.
I think it was a worm. Who knows? Didn't seem to have anything going on that was snaky. So today we're kind of in like the lull after having company and bracing ourselves because we've just got a lot going on. And there's some talk of weather. Whether it will come or not, I don't know. Our pal Huddy did have some damage. What was it? Pronounce that storm again. Ileta? What's the name of the storm last week?
Wasn't
it Ileta?
Wasn't Ileta? It was
anyway, there was a hurricane.
Something or other.
Ileta. It was a storm. It didn't hit us. But our pal Huddy up in Live Oak did have some damage. And I saw the pictures today. It looked like everything was fine, but still, it was, there's towns that are completely underwater and, don't fuck with Mother Nature. What do you got, babe?
The other snake that we saw looked like that. And it's a Brahmini blind snake. It is are frequently mistaken for earthworms, although both are shiny. If you look carefully, you will see that earthworms are segmented. They have rings around the body, while the Brahmini and blind snakes are not.
So we've had two baby snakes in our pool,
an hour.
Which means somewhere around here is a mommy snake and a bunch of billion little baby snakes, and we're going to be
two different species,
all embarded with the snakes. What the fuck are we going to do? The snakes are going to eat the lizards.
We saved both of their lives.
We cannot be. We saved a frog a couple weeks ago. We were always saving geckos. We're always saving lizards. Now we're saving snakes. We're gonna have our own ecosystem, and the snakes are gonna eat everything that we love. Who are you texting?
I'm just sending it that thing. There you go. Done.
What did you send it to?
I sent it to Phil because I just
Yeah,
sent.
but you don't need to do that in the middle of the podcast. And if Phil gave a shit, he'd watch the fucking podcast.
Well, he doesn't watch podcasts.
So why are you?
But he likes snakes.
You know what?
I'm trying to make his day better.
He's gonna be miserable no matter what you do.
All right.
I don't know. I'm just like, I understand that not everybody watches the podcast, but to not even attempt to watch it, like to support your friends, that's bullshit.
Yeah, well.
And you know what? No matter,
I'm pretty annoying.
You are annoying, but that's not the point. I'm a fucking delight.
Really, you sound it.
I am.
I'm a fucking delight.
So my point is that, like, if you have, even if you don't, like, I have a lot of friends who have businesses that I, either can't support because I'm not local or because they have a product that I don't use, but I'll still like their page. I'll still share their page because you can support them. If they have a fucking video, I'll like it. I'll share it. It costs nothing. It costs nothing to support your friends. So we really, and of course we talk about this all the time. And I hope you guys know by now how much we love and appreciate you because, we put our heart and soul into the podcast.
Sometimes we don't put.
Sometimes we're not terribly prepared.
We're not terribly prepared because it's like a Wednesday. I thought today was Thursday. I swore
and I thought
up and down.
Doug thought it was Thursday. I thought it was Tuesday. Turns out it's Wednesday.
We're both wrong.
We're both wrong. And tomorrow night is it tomorrow night that's the Bills opener or is that Monday?
No, it's Monday night. Tomorrow night is the NFL season opener with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, do we have to watch that shit?
Well, you don't have to.
Well, we can't. We have the podcast.
Yeah.
I might give you a pass on some Bills nights. Maybe.
It's important. There's only 17 weeks out of the season.
He loves the Bills so much. It's gonna go forever though, isn't it?
I hope it goes forever until they win the last game of the season, which is the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but football never ends. Like it's not like they're like, here's the series finale. Like we're gonna have to keep watching football until I die. Right?
And I don't know. I'm not going to sit through another 20-year drought. I don't have another 20 years in me, probably.
I will tell you this right now.
For the Bills.
I will tell you this right now. If you start having fucking fits again, I will cancel the fucking cable. I will shut off the internet.
This is love talking right here.
Yeah, it's the love of not wanting you to die. How many times have you come this close to having a fucking heart attack as you're watching the goddamn football game?
Well, probably. You almost got eaten by a snake, and I had to rescue you. So
I rescued myself from the snake.
He was on your end of the pool. If he was on my end, the blind snake.
I'm like, oh my God,
was on my side. Blind snake. He didn't know where he was going. I had to help him. I'm assisting the blind.
I think you're missing the point here.
Oh.
You're supposed to be the man of the house.
I
said there's a snake. I'm afraid of it. And you said, it's not a snake. It's the same one before. It's fine. It's not going to hurt you. Just scoop it out. And I did scoop it out. But that could have been a python. It could have been an anaconda.
It was not a python.
Could have been a rattlesnake. It could have been anything. But the point is I'm a woman. And I need protection from a big, strong man. Today, you were like, you'd been doing, when you do things that are masculine and you do things like take care of me.
We go.
You shut the fuck up or I will drown you. He can't swim. I'm going to drown him. So I expect him to do things to like be protective of me and like do things that are man things, like take the trash out and fix things and whatnot. And you're supposed to protect me. And he had been very nice to me this weekend. So we had the sex twice today. 2 times already.
Why do you need to tell him that? It's like you're bragging.
Yeah, now
you're like bragging.
I was bragging. I was horny. I woke up. I was horny. I tried to not disturb you from your sleep. You woke up. I was like, oh, by the way, I was horny. Then we had the sex. Then I wanted more sex and we had more sex. But now that you didn't protect me from the snake, we may never have sex again. And I agree with Tracy.
Protection from
I like football. Sorry, but the Patriots, definitely not the Bills. I think I might just root for the Patriots.
I think you're wrong.
Just to
Tracy.
spite you.
You are wrong.
Just to spite you, I'm going to root for the Patriots. Why? Because you did not protect me from the snake. And
the snake was
when I rescued my own ass from the ferocious snake and told you the kind of snake it was, you were like, no.
I thought you were talking about the same species of snake I was over here, and I knew it was not a ring snake. So I get over there, I see the ring around the neck.
Why can't you just admit that you were wrong?
Why do you have to harp on the fact that I was on my way over to see the snake?
But
and you're like,
you argued with me without singing. I told you it was a ring-neck snake.
All right. I'm not going to be on this podcast if you're just going to argue with me all night. It was a ring. But
why can't you just admit that you were wrong?
I wasn't going to bite you.
I was wrong. You were right. I should have listened to my wife.
You were right that it was a ring-neck snake. And I went over and I saw it and it had a ring-neck snake.
And
what?
I was wrong.
I was wrong.
And I should have listened to my wife?
I should have listened to my wife.
Oh, thank you.
I was so sorry.
I will fucking drown you.
Give me that
You
drink.
guys marital hate. Oh, yep. Here you go. Have the drink. You're lucky you're not wearing it right now.
This is mineraling. I'm mineraling.
I gotta tell you, they didn't have any of the plain ones. They only had the plain ones in the plastic bottles.
Ah.
Okay, so we've been
So Tracy's wrong.
Tracy's so you're in the club together, the people that are wrong club. If Tracy was wrong, she would admit that she was wrong, though. That's the difference.
She just said amen, wise words.
Amen, wise words.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, whatever. You like whoever you like. I don't care.
That
doesn't make you wrong.
You do care. You hate the Patriots and you hate Patriots fans. Let me tell you what he says about Patriots fans. They had no fans for 30 years when they sucked. They're a bunch of posers and they don't even really
empty
like
stadium.
them.
Weren't even on TV.
Tom Brady left, they left the Patriots. And
that's right. No, we like the Bucks. Oh, can I go on a rant?
Tracy says that you should listen to your wife.
How can I not listen to your wife? Because you're always yapping.
I will punch you right in the butthole.
It's happened before, folks. There was a Patriots player who brought loaded guns to Logan Airport, and they found him in the lawn.
What was the name?
Jack Jones.
Oh, that's a good name.
Jack. Anyways, it carries a mandatory 2-year sentence, right? They didn't suspend him. They didn't do anything. They were his guns in his bag.
Were they registered guns, legal guns?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were all legal, but they were loaded at the goddamn airport. It was a big deal, right? So they arrested him. He got out on bail. He got this lawyer, whatever. So
I didn't realize that they were legal guns.
There's rules, right?
There's rules, but it's not like they were. I mean, when you the way you described it, you're like, oh, he had guns. He's getting on the plane. I'm comparing him to Aaron Hernandez. I didn't realize they were his guns. They were legal.
Yeah, but he brought loaded guns to Logan Airport. There's got to be some sort of punishment for that. But guess what? Charges were dropped. I don't think it's an option to drop those charges.
All right. So Trace doesn't like the Bucks. She says her kitty's name is Brady. When you say your kitty, would you like to clarify?
Do you have a goat in your pants?
What does Becky call her kitty? I don't really have a name for my kitty, but I'd be willing to consider options. If y'all would like to write in and name the kitty. She says, what a day, my ass. She means what a dumbass. She says no guns at the airport ever.
But they pulled some strings or something and no charges are being filed.
If you're flying private.
He wasn't filing private.
Okay. But if it were illegal guns, I would feel very differently. If it were, that's the difference, I think. But yeah, idiotic, yes. But if they were illegal guns, yeah, he should be in fucking jail. And to your point that Doug had made is that if he were any other person,
I don't think if he was just Joe, whoever, average Joe, 27-year-old.
What state was he in when this happened?
Massachusetts. He was at Logan Airport.
I'm very sad they didn't lock him and throw away the key, because if you have a BB gun in Massachusetts in the Burlington Mall parking lot, they're going to shut the whole fucking thing down.
So
true story.
My thing is that if you and this is probably because I'm sure he didn't mean to bring loaded guns to the airport, right? I don't know. Maybe somebody set him up, whatever. But I don't like the fact that there are rules for everybody. Well, but then if you know some people, whatever.
I think that you're a fool in this country if you don't realize that if you have money and power, you get away with fucking murder.
Well,
O.J. Simpson.
Well, he didn't get. Well, whatever.
You didn't think that O.J. Simpson got away with murder?
Well, he did, but the gloves didn't fit. They had to acquit. There was no choice. There was only one option. But I will say this. So Bob Kraft, owner of the Patriots, gets caught with a little rub and tug down here in Palm Beach. Oh, and then it's part of this. It was part of a sex trafficking sting, whatever. And he gets off on a technicality. This isn't specific.
The wealthy get away with shit like this all the time. Yeah. And I have a friend who had a DUI and got away with it. He's from a very wealthy family. He's gotten sober since, but he got away with it because he had a good lawyer.
Rules need to apply to everyone.
Okay, maybe
that's justice.
But some of the rules that we have are fucking ridiculous. 1, 2, yes, they should apply universally. But the reality is, we live in a society where, it's the wealthy, the haves against the have-nots, and what the haves do is they divide the have-nots into various categories and get us all fighting amongst one another instead of realizing, oh wait, all the haves are working together to help each other out and fuck us all over. So let's remember that. Tracy said, my actual kitty, LOL. I sent my kitty to your phone. Don't be alarmed. It's furry. Girl, get a wax. I don't really know which kitty you sent to my phone, but I'm happy to see whatever kitty you have. She says, agreed, Doug, should apply to everyone, but they don't.
There was I think they closed or something, but there was down in Hingham Shipyard, there was a waxing place for men and ladies alike. It was called Lunchbox Wax.
Oh my God.
It's the funniest name. It's almost as bad as Daddy's Dairy in Braintree. That one's kind of creepy.
So if some places have bad names. I did want to share with you guys. So why are you logged out? Did you have to clear your history recently or something?
I didn't do shit.
Well, I don't know if you noticed this, but you're logged out of everything.
Well, that's fine.
Is it though?
Oh.
So I want to show you. Present, share screen, window.
It's not there.
Chrome tab. It's this one. This is Miss Tracy's kitty, Brady. Aw, it's very big.
I miss kitties.
It's very furry.
I like kitties.
My kitty's also big, but not so much furry. It's kind of sloppy too. It looks more like day-old deli meat than anything, though. Not really like that. That's very pretty.
Does it have a what was it? The fishy wetback or whatever it was? What was it? Backwash? The fishy backwash?
Fishy backwash. Oh my God, you guys. It was some sort of ridiculous tirade we went on last night about a fishy back order. I forget what it was called.
A back order.
Tracy says it's a 17-pound
that's
moose.
Good stuff right there.
And Anne says Brady's a pretty baby. Yes, he is. I do like the cat, but I thought I was going to get some. I've gotten a surprisingly few amount of dick, asshole, or bunt cake and puss pics since we've started this podcast. I've requested them on a regular basis.
They come when you least expect it. I think is what happens. I've gotten plenty.
That's what happened with you twice today. You came when I least expected
People seem to love me.
Actually, you had a lot of stamina today. What's going on?
It.
Why did you have? Why the hell did you have stamina today? Are you feeling okay?
Oh, maybe I had a little fever or something. Monomoxicillin.
Tracy's Anne says she loves ginger cats, and I did talk to Anne this morning. She's feeling much better. Thank you, everyone, for sending good energy and prayers to her.
I will say,
Tracy is laughing.
Very recently, I'm getting skeeved out by the all-white animal, like an all-white dog or all-white cat. They're skeeving me out for some reason. I don't know why. Don't know why that is. Love black animals. Love the all-black cat. Love the all-black dog.
You're such an animal racist.
Yeah.
Trace says, yay for Anne to feel better. Yay. I will let her fill you in on all the deets. But yeah, she's just, she's been dealing with her health stuff, and I'm really proud of her. She's taking control of her health and doing all the good stuff. And just, no matter what her challenges are, she advocates for herself. And I think she's a model for anybody who's got the health stuff. Although I think we all have the health stuff. We all need to advocate for ourselves in life in general. What time is it? It is 8:26. Y'all, I'm not super prepared tonight. I don't know what we have to talk about.
I do have a little news thing, but you can put up Tracy's comment while I pull up my news thing.
Trace says most all white cats and dogs are prone to being blind and deaf. I know.
Did not know that.
Yes.
Oh,
and do you know that people with blue eyes, like particularly light blue eyes, are more prone to blindness?
I did not know that. Makes sense.
So our friend Todd, I don't think he's here tonight. Todd, are you here? I'm curious as to what color your eyes are.
Apparently some woman has been charged and arrested. She cooked a dinner. She cooked some beef Wellington for her in-laws with poison mushrooms.
On purpose?
And they died.
Purpose or accident?
We're not sure. She served lunch to her former mother and father-in-law, as well as her mother-in-law's sister and husband on July 29th. Mere days later, 3 of the guests wound up dead.
Before anybody starts to have me charged with killing Doug's parents, I didn't even know him yet. I did not kill them with poisonous mushrooms. Although
authorities quickly identified the woman as a suspect, while toxicology reports had not been released. All signs point to death cap mushroom poisoning. So what's a death cap mushroom, you ask? Tracy's probably already typed it in.
I'm only interested in mushrooms that make
native to Europe and first seen in Australia in the 60s. The death cap mushroom usually grow near trees, whatever. So it doesn't say where she's from. Did police not confirm the mushrooms were found in the suspect's home? Blah, blah, blah. Obviously, a lot of items we have are seized. We'll be friends. All right, so they don't know. She denied all wrongdoing. I can't believe this happened. I'm so sorry. They've lost their lives. I didn't do anything. I love them. I'm devastated that
a
they're
lot of
gone,
people forage for their own mushrooms. You know, a lot
Well,
of people that do that.
there's a death cap mushroom, so be careful out there.
So Tracy, well, you just have to be careful when you're foraging for food in general. Tracy says they are prone to heart disease. That's the white and
white animal.
cats. And
Dun,
Tracy
dun,
said
dun.
dun 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 about the lady killing
Yeah.
people. Amanita phalloides, commonly known as the death cap, is a deadly poisonous. I can't pronounce these fucking words. One of the many genus seriously, these are all big words. If you can read, you try to read those words. I'm not going to be trying to read those words. I'm going to fuck that shit up.
Fungus.
Perhaps I should have taken Latin in high school, but it was not offered at Catholic school. You could get French
or Latin
or Spanish.
What about Latin?
Latin was not offered. That's why I said perhaps I should have taken Latin. Latin was not offered.
What about Esperanto?
I did not take Esperanto or Esperanza or anyone of that nature. I gotta say, I watched again today. I don't know if I got all the way through it. I was watching Shrinking on Apple TV. Harrison Ford, amazing. Jason Segel,
good show.
Amazing, really good show, highly recommended. Episode, like it's like kind of slow, but around episode 4 it gets really good. Tom says shroom shakedown. I would like to have a shroom shakedown. When do you guys come do mushrooms in the pool with me? I don't have any. I definitely don't have any, and I definitely want to come do mushrooms in the pool with me. I want to do it with a friend. Some people.
Imagine my delight to come home and find you in a pool full of Millmores and Bolin Zevox.
And ants doing mushrooms.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me, but
what about Mark Brand? What if Mark Brand wants to come do mushrooms with me?
Welcome, Mark.
I think your float is a little limp.
It's a limp float.
You need to I don't know, talk dirty to it or stroke it a little bit.
Wow.
We've also been watching this so the kids are all going back to school. So the Florida kids have been back to school for weeks now. They
Months, years.
Little Soph down the streets in the Purple Hall, and the kids. This one goes to Dundian. I don't know where the other ones go, but nice kids that we met today. But the kids back in Massachusetts are all going back to school this week.
Like this week.
So Darcy and her posted pictures of her kids, and it's weird because it's like you're getting mixed messages from parents. Some parents are like thrilled to get their kids back to school because the kids are going crazy. Some parents are brokenhearted that the kids are going back to school. I got to tell you, I miss having the kids home. And the first day of school, like they were usually pretty excited about it, and it was a big deal. But you know what? You just want the kids to be happy. That's all that matters. Trace says, I have not tried it yet, but I would love to. Be my neighbor. We'll do mushrooms.
We'll make you some beef Wellington with some shit we found in the
or just come on down, girl. Dog, wow, you really think I would do mushrooms? Boy.
And I think you are a person that likes to enjoy every minute of every day. That's why I included you in that nonsense.
Fucking Huddy was going to come do them.
Huddy.
Oh, I want Huddy to come. In any case, y'all have to do, no pressure. I just enjoy, I find that cannabis and mushrooms and ayahuasca, although ayahuasca is not something that you just like do on a Tuesday, I think I found that these things have all been great for me in my spiritual journey. And they just kind of help you to open up your consciousness a little bit. And I think that some people need a little bit of consciousness opening. Y'all, I gotta be honest with you. I'm kind of cold, and I don't really have a lot prepared tonight.
Really?
Do you have anything prepared?
I just brought up the mushroom thing. That gave us
so there's the mushroom thing. That did give us a minute. Well, we're only 30 minutes in. I did have a note that I wrote down. I started watching TikToks today and couldn't come up with anything.
Well, this show is not a TikTok recuperation.
No, but I do find that I get myself a lot of notes from watching TikToks because it just gives me a lot of topics. I can't even deal with the fucking news stories that are on fucking Facebook. Half of them are like just trying to inflame situations, just try to make the world an ugly place. But one thing I did find out today, what percentage of cable ad spends do you think are from pharmaceutical companies per dollar?
Cable, how much out of every dollar is
of cable ad spends is done by pharmaceutical companies?
I gotta say 80.
Guesses, anybody?
88 cents on the dollar. The rest
is. This is a percentage.
Oh, a percentage.
But a percentage, 88 cents would be 88%.
I might go a little lower than that. I would say 68. 72. 72%.
What is your fucking final answer?
72%, Bob
Anybody
Barker.
else have a guess? Anybody? Bob Barker is dead.
Because you have the phone companies.
Yeah.
And it's got to be up there.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's fucking 75%. 75%. I was
I
watching
was
an interview about it today.
72%. I was 3 away.
Yeah, but you changed your
I win
answer
both
like 4 times.
showcases.
Tracy says a huge percent. No, you were not. Tom Milmore says an ex-president has a shiitake knob. I don't
Does he have
really
any
know
nuts?
that matters. I don't really know that matters.
Abe,
says
he's talking about Abe
88%.
Lincoln. Shiitake knob.
Anne says 88%, but it was in fact 75%, or at least according to the interview that I saw today. So, you know, when you're thinking, and it's funny too, because I was talking to a friend today who has a family member who's struggled with anxiety and depression for years. And this person has been on every med known to man, and they still continue to have depression and anxiety. And it's like,
then maybe they don't work. Maybe. All right. You know what? Here's the thing for depression. Maybe
yes.
change your life so you're happy.
Well,
is that possible?
The thing is that there's.
I know that's simplifying, but
herein lies the problem.
Ever tried that.
Herein lies the problem. We live, and don't get me wrong, there are certainly times when medication is necessary. I've seen it myself. But there's a lot of things that we overlook before going to, hey, take a bunch of pills, and let's try a different pill or a different combination of pills, whatever. We don't look at people's diet. We don't look at their micronutrient absorption. We don't look at parasites. We don't look at underlying diseases. People with Lyme and other tick-borne illnesses can look like they have a mental illness when in fact it's a disease, that like a pathogen. So, you know, we don't look at, you know, are they getting enough magnesium? Are they getting sunshine? Are they getting exercise? Are they in therapy? Have they tried, you know, what are they doing for, you know, trauma, you know, and so on and so forth. So, you know, if you're out there and you're watching this and you're, you know, if you're taking antidepressants or SSRIs, I would tell you to read the label and understand that what happens with these medications is that over time they reduce your body's ability to make their own chemicals. 1. 2, there's pretty significant side effects. So if they're working for you, great, but take it with a shaker of salt. And if they're not working for you, what the fuck are you doing? Let's try something else. And of course you need to do that under the supervision of a doctor, because you cannot go off these meds cold turkey, but there are alternatives. Anne says, I heard a huge thing yesterday that when they tested some antidepressants, they used sugar pills and found zero difference in the results. There's been a lot of studies about the ineffectiveness of these medications. And of course, we don't really know the long-term results. And a lot of people are using them on adolescents. I know people that have taken them during pregnancy. I'm not a fan of the pharma. I don't think that's any secret to anybody who's ever watched the show.
Wasn't there a thing that it was seeping
we will never get a sponsor from a pharmaceutical company.
Mm-hmm.
Seeping into the water.
Wasn't it seeping into the water supply or something?
Yes. And there's a tremendous between the microplastics. I mean, that's why I don't like you drinking your water from the plastic jugs at Publix, is because they're sitting in that plastic and it contains microplastics, which is like going to increase your estrogen and the 9 kinds of cancer.
I pass a microplastic stone every like couple months.
It's like a big.
It's like a capsule.
I would argue that you should. I would argue that you should take more minerals than you're currently taking and drink the distilled water that we make at home. And it would be cheaper, and we wouldn't be contributing to the plastic and the landfills, and you wouldn't be getting the microplastics and a vagina, because it'll make you grow a vagina. That's not really what happens, but
depends where it is. Can I use the vagina? The new vagina?
Yeah, you would have a vagina instead of a dick.
No. I want to keep the dick. Add a wagina, and then I can just whoop.
No, but they're talking. There's a lot of evidence that these the massive amount of hormones that have been in our food and water, and microplastics that have been in our food and water have caused endocrine issues and reproductive issues. And we look at the country around you. Look at how many people are having fertility issues.
I was going to say that fertility issue is a boon to the pharmaceutical industry.
They love to make money. And Anne says, my 13-year-old goddaughter is on 3 pharmaceuticals. I can't talk to her mother because she knows everything. I'm so sorry. Well, and 13 years old. Oh, her brain's not 13 years old. I don't think you should sing that song. That's a terrible song.
I was 16 years old.
Tracy says, me for one. I don't know what Tracy's saying. Me for one.
Oh, she has a vagina.
Yeah, she does have a vagina. She has 2. Well, not, she just, you know, when you marry a lady, you get a second one.
You get to borrow.
You get a spare.
I
gotta tell you, the thing, you used to always talk about how Beck and Tracy look similar, and like one of the key points about being a lesbian would be doubling your wardrobe. Although I find myself more attracted to the lesbian, the more butch lesbians, and I wouldn't want to borrow their clothes
because they're wearing overalls.
I don't know.
The hockey jersey.
Overalls. But I don't know. You know.
Whatever.
Anne
fertility.
says,
Yeah.
Tracy, yes, me for one with a fertility issues. Tracy, I'm so sorry. We've talked a little bit about that. And of course, I don't want to bring your personal information online, but I think you would be you and Becky would be such great parents. And it makes me sad that that's not happening right now. Oh my God.
You will feed your cat. He's 17 pounds. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
That cat is skinny.
17-pound moose.
But it was just big.
Yeah.
I think that there's other ways to do the parenting, and I know that like you're the kind of the mom of the podcast, so we thank you for that. Anne says birth rates have dropped. It makes me sick that mothers believe the doctors. Why do we give our lives to doctors? Because we're told our entire lives to trust them. You will respect authority. Tracy says, well, as a typical lesbian, now I have a cat. I think you're supposed to have like a lot of pets. Like you're supposed to have like 4 dogs and like 3 cats or something like that. But I think you do have dogs and cats. So do you have a Subaru? Oh, you have an F-150. That's close enough.
She's a truck driver one.
Truck nut on it.
It's a good truck.
And then Tracy says, right, Anne? So back to the subject of the kids going back to school. Our son Nolan, or my stepson Doug's son Nolan, is helping the kids move back into the dorms at UMass Dartmouth. Shout out to UMass Dartmouth. And it was his first time handling it.
First time doing it by himself, like being in charge.
Days straight. And I'll tell you what he's
working crazy, like 7 a.m. to after midnight.
I will tell you that right now, I guarantee you.
Look at that.
I guarantee you he is watching Big Brother right now, and he has gotten us into this shit. And Tracy is agreeing with Anne, and she is laughing her ass off. So I have gotten hooked on the stupid show thanks to my little asshole stepson. He knows I give him a hard time about this because it's a terrible show. It's a complete waste of time, and the people are generally terrible. But he got me into it, so I've been watching it. And I got invested in this character, Red, from the beginning. He calls himself a hickbilly or a hillbilly, a hipbilly. A hillbilly,
like hipster hillbilly.
Because he's like a hippie, and he's a hillbilly, and he's a character, and I love it. Anne says, Stacey, you took the words right out of my mouth about Subarus. Listen, Subarus, they're doing a lot They're doing a lot of marketing lately. I don't have any.
It's always a Subaru summer. I'm waiting for one of these summers not to be a Subaru summer.
Okay. Well, I don't feel like this is a Subaru summer.
Oh, what was and they have this other one. Share the love. Something about love with the Subaru. Share the love or be the love.
Who the
some sort of love.
Fuck knows. I have no desire to drive a Subaru. If it's your bag, go crazy. My mom used to have a Subaru. Yeah, they're expensive to fix.
I think they're expensive in general, but they last forever and they're very safe. Not as safe as a Volvo, probably. I don't know. Everything's safe now. But Volvo goes and invents a 3-point seatbelt and gives the patent away. Gives it to everybody because it's going to change the world. The radiator in my car, people, changes oxygen, ozone, back to oxygen. It's just helping the planet. I drive around and trees start sprouting up.
Okay, you have a piece of plastic stuck to the underside of your car that's been there for 2 years.
Melted off.
It has not melted off. I smelled it the other day. A. B. You drive it to Publix and back. It's like a quarter of a mile.
Yeah, and when I do it, trees sprout up and bluebirds fly around me. Like goddamn. My oh my, it's a beautiful day.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Plenty of sunshine headed my way.
Trace, Anne says the boys aren't biological. They are yours, but they are your loves. That's better any day. Yeah, I love those kids. I wish I was lucky enough to have them as sons, but I get them as stepsons, which is pretty freaking awesome. They're great kids, and I'm super proud of them. I'm also proud of my daughters, even though we don't hear from them. I'm very proud of them as well. Tracy says the Subaru Summer Share the Love event.
Yes.
What did that start?
My brother runs
like a pride parade.
My brother is a sales manager at a Subaru place. They do a lot with the vets. They do not the vets, with like a local animal shelter, and always with the dogs and always with the cats and more of the dogs. But they have big events. I'm
not sending him any business. He can't be bothered to watch. He can't get through the 3 months of the podcast. Tracy says, "Okay, Snow White." I don't know which one of us is Snow White.
No, it was me because I was singing Zippity Doo Dah, which is that I thought that was from Song of the South, not.
It is, and I don't think you're allowed to sing that anymore.
Okay,
sorry. Anne says, "I work for Subaru of New England, the distributor, and I can tell you many issues older Subarus had." Well, there you go. I don't know. Listen. My answer to everything is to get a Wrangler. I love my fucking Jeep. That shit is amazing. Still going 200,000 miles. I'm really falling apart. I'm like,
All
I
right.
can't even keep my eyes open, and I feel like crap. You guys, I'm so sorry.
We gave it an effort,
We
though.
gave it an
It was
effort.
good.
We love
we
you.
talked about
We're
the
thinking
snake.
about you. We talked about some snakes.
We
showed you some
argued a little
snakes. We
bit,
argued a
marital
little
hate.
bit. You
Made fun of
try it
lesbians.
one more time. What? You were what?
I was what? Wrong?
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Okay. And you should what?
Be nice to your wife.
Listen to her.
Oh, be nice to your wife.
It's practice.
Oh.
Tracy said, I meant this tree sprouting up and animals flying around you. Oh, you raise a valid point. Love y'all. Dude, we love you too. The things I'm thankful for, of course, you guys, of course. And there's 4 people watching. So I'm going with I don't if Mark's still here, Tracy,
Tom, maybe. I don't know.
Tom, Tracy, and Ann, love you guys. I really appreciate the
Maybe
fact
a
that you
lurker.
support the podcast.
We
Yeah,
don't
there
know.
could be a lurker or 2 or 5. We don't care.
As soon as we get off the thing, we're gonna like, oh, I had 4 things I wanted to.
I probably had some other things, but I'm barely keeping my eyes open. We've had a busy week. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for the dicking twice today. Thank you. Appreciated that.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
I am thankful that we were. I was able to cover my tits up before the neighborhood kids got a complete show.
I'm glad we could help the kids.
I was glad we could help the kids. I am glad we've rescued some snakes today. I'm grateful that none of those snakes were anacondas or pythons or anything poisonous. I am grateful that the pool guy. Oh God, the pool guy. The pool guy.
We had a little adventure today.
We had a little adventure. The pool. Tell him.
Well, our pool pump doesn't work, right? So it just makes a noise.
Died like 3 weeks
ago. So I had
ago.
to show the guy that
them.
showed up today, and so we turn it all on. It goes. Blah, 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 blah. It starts smoking like it's gonna catch on fire. So we quick shut it back down, and it was pretty funny. It was
so we're getting a new pool pump, but they were supposed to order it 3 weeks ago, and they didn't. Not psyched about that.
But like the funny thing was, the pool guy like looks at it, and the smoke comes out of him. And he goes, "Sayonara," like he said. I don't know if he said sayonara, but it was something to that effect.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Tracy says she loves us. We love you.
All y'all.
So thankful for this group of badasses, and thankful for home inspections. Yes, always get a home inspection. And Trace said, "Oh, that made me laugh way too much." Dude, nothing can make you laugh too much. Like that's the whole point
You
of
should have
life.
seen it. It was like, yeah.
Like, what's the meaning of life? Like, I want to laugh. I want to have good food. I want to have good friends, and I want to have good sex. Time in nature. That's pretty much all I need.
I listened to a
Jeep
short
on
YouTube video today. It was, I guess, Rick Rubin, the producer, wrote like kind of a book about, it's not really about his life, but he was talking about creativity. So I listened to it because it was about creativity.
He's been making the rounds. He was on Rogan. He was on Russell Brand. He was on
he's just honest about what he does and all that stuff. So I'm always, I want to pick people's brains about being creative and stuff like that. See if anything can click with me. Like, cause sometimes I think I'm one of one. But anyways, he was saying about how, creative people or people in general really need to observe and see the beauty in things and take it in, and he's like, so many people don't find the beauty in everyday things or things in general.
Well, the thing that's fucking crazy is like, one of the things that we formed an LLC because Doug's doing some freelance and it's making a little money, and of course we have business expenses, and believe it or not, some of the business expenses that we get to write off are inspiration. So like, say we go somewhere and Doug's, looking for ideas, or we're watching movies or anything like that. It's considered inspiration because you need to find ideas somewhere, and you can't just pull out of an empty brain. You got to find things around. You need to know what's going on in the world.
Rental at the Red Box.
Yeah, we get to write off the 99-cent DVD rental. Actually, we get to write off our
and the late fees and the rewind.
We get to write off our cable subscription. Well, we don't have cable, but like our Netflix or whatever, we get Netflix for free. Well, we get to write off some of those other ones.
And Todd is here.
Todd said, "I'm here looking in the shadows." Todd, what color are your eyes? Are they blue? Or are they brown?
He can't tell you. You don't know what color his eyes are? He can't see his own eyes.
He knows what color.
Oh, okay. He probably does.
In any case, I just had read something a while ago that people with blue eyes were more prone to blindness, but Todd's blindness is coming from somewhere else.
Oh.
So anyway, I'm glad you haven't had a needle in your eye today.
Yeah, well, that's good.
And I'm thinking about y'all always. I'm also thankful. I'm thankful, of course, for nature, even if it means snakes in my motherfucking pool. I'm thankful for kids in the neighborhood that feel comfortable coming here. I'm grateful that we were able to do something for them. We get popsicles and seltzer. I am thankful for my biomat that I'm definitely about to go lay on. I'm thankful for all of my friends that are just make me feel so loved. And that's, I listen, I I'm a person who tries to be kind and compassionate to everyone, and on the rare occasion that favor is returned to me, I really value it, and so thank you. And I got to talk to my pal Christina today, and she's doing great, and she had a fun time at a wedding this weekend. She and her friends look absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so happy for them all. Todd said, Trace said, did you say rewind free? Oh boy, are you old? Yes, we are old.
Old white man. I will say this, like, at least I don't think I ever owned one of those rewinders. Remember that it was like it's a standalone thing, like, because it would tax your motor too much on your VCR to rewind.
Yeah,
so you had to get the separate rewinder for $12.
Ann says, I say green brown for Todd. What does he say? He has not responded, so we're all gonna have to guess. I do have a picture of him somewhere, but you guys, I'm super cold, I'm super tired, and we're gonna have to try this again tomorrow. We're gonna play a different version of Get That Dirty Cock Away From Me when we get inside. Love you all, and we will see you.
You guys are the best. Love to Brady.
Bye. Love to everyone and all the pusses out there. Bye.